Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having us, Pia, and good evening to everyone.
General Padilla, can you tell us first, would you know what kind of information the President might have shared with the senators in that late afternoon, early evening meeting in Malacanang, Dago?
Well, Pia, unfortunately, we were not present during the meeting, but we surmised that the threat being discussed, or that was discussed by the President, may have well been the same kinds of threats that we have been discussing with him as a factor that we have to prepare for. And this is the continued unity or unification of the different local terrorist groups within Mindanao, primarily, again, the ASG, the remnants of the Maute group, and other local terrorist groups that have been involved in the Marawi siege. So by and large, this threat has not yet been fully taken care of. There remains to be quite a number of them still holed up in Marawi, and we are trying to address. And in the rest of Mindanao, sympathetic groups that may have lied low for the moment may still be among those that we need to address and may have been part of the discussions of the President with the senators.
What other information, sir, do you have about these other sympathetic groups and what possible actions they can take in the future?
Well, actually, we don't need to name them because everybody knows who they are. Some elements of the BIFF are there. The ASG has tried and attempted to create some diversionary tactics in the last few weeks. And among those are some of the events that have transpired in Holo recently. Another one would be the continued engagements that we are having with elements of the BIFF, some members of them, that is, in the area of Mindanao. This could be part and parcel of diversionary activities, in addition to others that are still not coming out or may have lain low in other areas.
I'm sure, General Padilla, you've been able to monitor statements made by U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson. He was saying that ISIS has gained a foothold here in the Philippines. Can you tell us more about this? Of course, it is he's practically reiterating what we already know. But is there something else, some other information about this?
Well, the President has been talking about this threat for quite some time. And our American counterparts are aware of all these threats that we face. And in fact, we have had a very robust engagement with them, coupled with the fact that they have been very strong supporters of our fight against the local terrorist groups, particularly those that we're facing in Marawi right now. You have seen how much they have been leaning forward, even our friends from Australia and other countries. Now, in the region, including the United States, that is, and even China, discussions are afoot about strengthening our fight against terrorism, essentially, in the region and elsewhere. We know for a fact that because of the events unfolding, or that have unfolded in the Middle East, the demise or the slow demise of the Daesh in those areas, there are indications, according to some intelligence sources and some feeds from other governments, that some of the fighters might be diverted to other areas. So this diversion to other areas may include those in the Southeast Asia side, and things that are perhaps very important to table during discussions among defense ministers, particularly in ASEAN and everywhere else in the world. ASEAN has an engagement also that includes the United States, and this may well be part of the discussions in the coming months, or when we host the ASEAN defense ministers as well as the leaders.
Brigadier General Restituto Padilla, AFP spokesman. Sir, thank you very much for joining us tonight.